Hello, in this video we look at Bodhicaryavatara, chapter 6, Kshanti Paramita, verse 26. Nacha pratyaya samagriya janayamiti chetana. Nachapi janitasyasti janitusmiti chetana. And again with the text, here we are. Nacha pratyaya samagriya janayamiti chetana. Nachapi janitasyasti janitusmiti chetana. So chetana, from the root chit. Again, we have a reference, our double colon reference to it in the expanded glossary, which I do encourage you to look up, unless you already know it, of course. So the chetana here, from the root chit, is the chitta is often translated as the mind, heart. It's thinking and emotions. In Chinese called xin, which is written with the character meaning heart, which is their regular Chinese translation for chitta. But here it has the sense of a rational conclusion being reached, just like as in English, the notion from the Greek word nous, meaning mind. So the chetana, the notion, nacha chetana, nor is there the notion. The notion, whose notion, and notion of what? Pratyaya samagriya. Samagri, again, there's a note on it. Agra. Agra means a topmost part. The foremost, topmost, can mean best as well. Ekaggata in Pali, ekagrata in Sanskrit means one point. Topmost part, also point or tip of something. So ekagra, Pali ekagga means one-pointed. We have one-pointedness of mind is ekagrata, the state of being of one agra. And in Pali, Sanskrit ekagrata, Pali ekaggata. Samagra, literally some with agra, upmost parts, outer parts, topmost parts. Samagra means actually complete, means with its utmost parts. No, don't leave out the outlying bits, the furthest bits. So samagra, complete, and you can make an abstract noun out of that with vriddhi of the first syllable. So sam becomes sam, and changing the final a to e. So samagri. So samagra, total, complete. Samagri is the totality or the whole of something. So here it's in a compound, the totality of what? The totality of the pratyaya. Also means, as here, a group or assemblage. So this entire assembly of pratyayas, this entire assembly of conditioning factors, we'll call them for sake of convenient shorthand. So the pratyaya samagri, the assembly of conditioning factors, does not have this idea, this notion. It's not thinking about it. Ooh, this is what I'll do. So the chetana actually is more. I've said it means rational thought, but also it's a volitional act. Chetana. Maybe I'll correct what I said earlier, or partial correction. It does is a thinking, but it's more like a volitional act. In your chitta, you've decided on a certain course of action. And in Buddhist doctrine, the chetana tends to mean like a volitional intention. You've done something deliberately. You've made the decision to do it. It's not it's the opposite of an accident. So the pratyaya samagri does not have the intention or the idea, this is what I'm going to do. Do what? Janayami. I will give birth, I will cause to arise. And the janayami iti, like the unquote, just means the intention I shall cause to arise, unquote. So pratyaya samagri nominative, pratyaya samagriyaha with the visarga. I'm going to put the visarga into the edited text here because it should be there. It's the genitive, a regular genitive, feminines and ending in a long e make their genitive in yah. And of course, the visarga, redo this. The visarga drops out because of the following voiced consonant. So samagriya janayami becomes samagriya janayami. So not of the totality of conditioning factors is the intention or notion, I will give birth. It's a very common way of saying this in Sanskrit and Pali. If you say something or somebody does not have something, you say not of that person is. That's how it's done here. Na, not, pratyaya samagriya, of the totality of conditioning factors, is the chetana, and the verb to be can be left out. So not of the samagri, chetana means the samagri, the pratyaya samagri does not have this chetana, does not have this intention of giving birth. In English, we'd say it does not have the intention of giving birth, of causing things to arise. That's the indirect speech, oratio obliqua. But in Sanskrit and Pali, you would say the exact words of what this intention that you're talking about is. The intention, it would be saying, I will give birth. And that's where you say, I will give birth. You quote the exact words and put iti to end that quote. So, natya pratyaya samagriya, and not of the totality of conditioning factors supply is the chetana, is the intention. Janayami iti. I am giving birth, I am causing to arise. Iti, unquote. Na cha api, na chapi. The api normally means something like even, not even. And here is just neither, nor indeed, and even not. Na chapi janatasya. Now, janayami, let me call up the iPad here. So jan to be born, and it normally appears as a class 4 atmanepada verb. So we would expect then to see that meaning to be born. That would normally you'd expect it to be janyate, but it's not janyate. It's actually a bit irregular because instead of janyate, which would be normal, it in fact becomes jayate. So a bit irregular. It drops the N and lengthens the R. Jayate. So is born. Now, if you may have a class 10 causative, it's janayati. It's a regular formation of a class 10 verb from the root. Janayati, so whereas jan means jayate, to be born, janayati is the causative, the active form, to give birth, and therefore more generally to produce. Incidentally, this jayate, the irregular dropping of the n and the lengthening of the I, you also find it in the past participle, jata, born, and in the verbal noun, jati, birth. And by as an extension of that jata, you have the jataka tales, the birth stories, the stories of what happened to the Buddha and other bodhisattvas in their previous lives. So janayati, I produce is janayami, all regular so far, janayami. That's why we see in this verse janayamiti chetana, the thought I am producing, or I will, or am, or producing, or will produce. Janayati, the past participle of that, is a regular past participle, causatives ending in ayati, class tens ending in ayati, well, they all end in ayati, make their past participle simply an ita, so you get janita. So whereas jata simply means born, janita is more the past participle of the causative, caused to be born, given birth to, produced. So the difference in flavor there. So janita, remember, is the past participle of the causative form of the verb. So, and there we have janita. In this, call it up again. We have the past participle in two forms here, janita and janitaha. Janitasya, of that which is produced, and janitaha, produced, brought into being. And the janitaha asmi, forgot to, sorry, naughty me, I've forgotten to, oops. I should have separated out the sandhi here. So janitaha asmi, I am produced, or I am being produced, becomes of course by sandhi janitosmi. So nacha api, and there is not, or nor is there, the chetana, there's this intention, janitasya, of that which is being produced, that which is being given birth to. What intention? Janitosmi, I am produced, I am given birth to. So it's just saying it's an all impersonal force. There's no kind of person formulating these conscious intentions. So I will read this through again. Nacha pratyaya samagriya janayamiti chetana. Nachapi janitasyasti janitusmiti chetana. Note here, I forgot to say first time round, the first line can stand on its own as a complete sentence. And nacha chetana, we supply the verb to be there is no cognitive, conscious intention. In the second line, the asti chetana, there is, it's here expressed. So you see here that something like somebody has something, there is something of that person, you say in Sanskrit. You can either put the verb to be there or you can leave it out optionally. In the first line, it's implied. In the second line, there's asti, it's expressed. They're both equally correct, and there's no difference of meaning at all. Nachapi genitasyasti janitusmiti chetana. So, read through again. Nacha pratyaya samagriya janayamiti chetana. Nachapi janitasyasti janitusmiti chetana. And that's it for this video.